Hello, everyone. Welcome to LexTalk World Talk Show presented by Clickway Creators. Today, we have Dr. Yasser Aboismail with us. He's in charge of all legal, commercial, and compliance matters across the Middle East and North Africa region and leading the global compliance culture at Schindler Group. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Yasser. We are pleased to have you with us today.
Thank you very much, Abby, for this introduction. It's my pleasure to be with you today.
Thank you so much. So, before we get into the interview, if you can just tell us more about your personal and professional background.
Okay, so I think you gave already a nice introduction, but what I can add, maybe just in my service, in this industry, I'd like always to introduce myself as a business person from a legal background. So I enjoy really doing business from the legal background, so it's not just about practicing legal. When you combine both together, I can tell you it comes with endless taste. So I started with a dream, of being a doctor of laws, but in the same time to be very practically equipped, by all the business experience needed, to have a strong career. I started with in Ernst Young, for a couple of years where I really learned all the basics of the corporate life in such professional international organization. Then I just start to chase my dream, of being a doctor of laws. I traveled to France to continue my studies, my master's and PhD. I returned back to Egypt to join Pepsi, where also it was a big school for me, where I got very strong foundation on all aspects of the corporate commercial life. And then I moved with them to Saudi for another couple of years, so all in all around 5 years. And then I continued developing myself by moving to another organization. It's Eaton Corporation, American company, with a multidisciplinary practices in electrical, hydraulics, filtration, aerospace. So where also I continued to develop my skills as a business leader. After 5 years, also I moved to a new journey with Schindler, where it was really a big era for me. It's the first European company in my career, family business. It's a value-based company where really everyone can enjoy working for such a company. And it's going well. So that's it as from my side.
That's really a great introduction, Mr. Yasser. So now proceeding further, so I have a next question. How the mechanical or industrial engineering sector in UAE region is impacted due to the COVID? Because every industry is impacted. So I can see that your industry would be impacted also. And what solutions do you foresee from a legal perspective?
Oh my God. When you talk about the impact, it's huge. Think about it from a macro perspective. What really boosts this industry? It's the demand, the mobility of the people, right? The growth ambitions. And all this is really questioned with the COVID. It's a transition where everyone is questioning whether the plan that I have in my pocket is still valid or not. So definitely everyone, at least during this year and the last and the coming year, will continue to revise these plans. That's why you would, in my opinion, you would find some kind of slowdown in executing those plans. Second, the new phase, in my opinion, we don't know how it look like yet. Okay, we know for sure that many governments now trying definitely to boost the economy again by injecting some money in to revive the project that they have on their list. But what the speed that they are going to have for this project, to what extent they will be able to abide by all the budget that they had before. Are they going to adjust their projected revenues from this project? Prices will continue to be the same. Cost will continue to be the same. So a lot of question that will definitely change the entire perspective of the business leaders in this industry. Then when you talk about legal. Okay, it's not new, but I think it's becoming now extremely important that we have to be super accurate and super detailed about our expectation, right? Having unbalanced contract with open holes, for the future interpretation. I think now it's very evident that it's very dangerous, right? So if both parties, they don't have, in my opinion, a good constitution within their hand that can help them to have a peaceful execution for their contract, I think they are taking too much risk, because no one can afford now having dispute. It's too expensive for both. Okay, no one can afford that a project in the middle of the journey, just gets stopped because people they are not agreeing on some small details. So I think having a more detailed legal engineering for the commercial activities it's becoming really a must. Second, in my opinion, it's not only about having the legal input on contract, ensuring that all business stakeholders are participating in a very timely manner in giving their input on the contract, and ensuring that you have one balanced product that represents really the agreement that both parties can agree on. This is becoming really a must. But living in silos and let legal share their comments, and then maybe the technical team share their comments and the finance team share their comments separately, it wouldn't help. So simply we would say that having a very solid alignment between all the stakeholders and all the aspects of the contract, and being able really to front load the contract and having a proper plan for mitigating every risk, it's a must. So this is one. Third, lawyers, they need to be just business people, thinking business and understanding really the business language, simplifying the contract to the level that both parties can use in an easy way. Okay, so I think this is very important as well. So it's a mix between being accurate, detailed, having a proper alignment between all stakeholders, and increasing the commercial and business acumen of lawyers. I think would definitely add a huge value in the coming period.
I completely agree with you. That's a great learning for all the young lawyers from a very professional like you. So
Yeah.
my next question is, how can a general counsel add more value to his organization by being a true business partner? Because you have explored business opportunities with a lot of international groups. So I think if you can just elaborate more and just to tell us to our all the audience, like how this add more value to the organization.
We need hours for answering this question, but if I can be brief on this one, it starts by first the general counsel to think thoroughly about his role or her role. Um, just thinking of yourself as a business leader who's really responsible for growing the business in sustainable and profitable way, I can tell you it would have a dramatic changes to how we do the legal job. What does it mean? It means that I'm a business partner. I really share the same growth and objectives of the business, and I share the same pain and stress. It's no longer that I give the advice and it's up to the business to decide. Becoming a partner to the business decision maker, where they really trust your view whether we proceed with this deal or not, whether we can come up with some alternatives to grow our business or not. This is on the commercial level. If you think about it, even on the corporate level, legal is very close to the new laws and regulations coming every day, which is changing really the commercial and business platform. And you can see the new laws coming in UAE, which is really, in my opinion, giving a big hope, to all the companies and all the people living here. So by try to understand exactly what kind of opportunities these new laws are bringing, and working with your business, to try to leverage these opportunities and to see the best way to get the maximum benefit from that. This is in itself, it's a big job. It's not easy. It requires really a proactive, forward-thinking general counsel, to capture these opportunities. Looking at the organization from operational perspective. As a lawyer, I get a lawsuit or a dispute that I have to handle. Think about it. If you are a general counsel who's really keen to prevent the fire rather than to fight the fire, how you would do it? You would try to look for the root cause of this problem. It's coming from where? Always you will find some kind of internal issues or gaps that can lead to more improvement in the future. So
Yeah.
going to the root cause of this issue and try to solve it, whether it require a more training to the operational people, or it require maybe a more business friendly process, maybe it require more control or more discipline. Can you imagine if you apply this methodology in all the aspect of your business? We on our desk as lawyers, we get all the problems of the company. Can you imagine if we change the way that we act, instead of just focusing on solving this problem, but to expand our portfolio by going back to see how can I prevent this to happen in the future, and being part, get my hand extended in each department to support them, to look thoroughly in their processes and their operation to avoid all these gaps and to de-risk their business. It wouldn't be amazing?
Yeah, completely agree with you.
Yeah.
So, because all the points you have covered, that is very relevant, whether it's like solving a root cause of the problem, whether is it into the training, because you need to deal with all the things. And my next question is how the future role of an in-house counsel would be, because you have been dealing with big corporates and you're working as an in-house counsel. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, let's try to see what do we have in the crystal ball, right? Think about what do we have today. Technology is being developed like never before,
Yeah.
right? Contract can be reviewed by AI system.
Right.
The whole processes can be automated through very smart systems, very efficient, and you can make a research about a huge topic in just 5 to 10 minutes. You can get everything from Google.
Right.
Um, so thinking about the traditional lawyer who used to do all this stuff, do you think he would have a place in the future? So thinking about this traditional lawyer, I think it's definitely, it's my opinion, it's just an invitation that we all develop ourselves and try to cope with our future role,
Yeah.
which is capitalizing really on our intellectual muscles that we have. We are advisors, we are strategic thinkers, we are analytical thinkers, right? This is really what we do, and we do it in a very natural way. So try really to capitalize on all these gifts and try to address all the business issues that we are being faced every day. I think it would really be fun, right? So simply, I think we need to work hard on
Yeah.
developing ourselves, developing our mindsets, try to focus more on the strategic aspects, in addition, definitely, to how we can do our day-to-day activities in a more efficient way, how we can leverage technology, how we can cope with the technology, how we can use the technology to augment the value that we are adding, rather than to use the technology as a threat, use the technology as a competitor for us, because it shouldn't be. Okay, I think if we start today, we have a big chance, maybe in 10 or 20 years, that we become what we want. But if you don't start, I think we will be taken by surprise. So the future role of the general counsel and the in-house counsels is brilliant if we can read the today, the present, and leverage all the opportunities that we have, and we have a lot.
That's a very interesting way to look at the things. That's really great way. So my last question would be, as a legal professional, what are the three core values you truly believe in?
Wow. Okay. First of all, I think it's people development. This is my top
Please come
rated.
again. People.
People development.
Okay.
People development is my top rated priority. So it should be, in my opinion, part of everything I do, whether with regard to myself, with regard to my colleagues. So think about it. If I review a contract with this value in my head, I would, in my opinion, spare additional 10 minutes to develop the capabilities of my counterparties, my colleagues in other departments, to ensure that they are really capable, to deliver the message. They are really capable to do it by themselves next time, right? So having this empowerment ambition when you deal with every colleague, and even in your team or outside your team, I think it would add huge value. So this is one of my major values. The second value is definitely the integrity. being consistent. This is very important. We are lawyers, so we are expected also always to be the good boys. So I think we cannot live with that, right? And I believe that having a value is not good enough, but promoting this value in a proactive way, this is really a key. So it's important that we get this as a value, but try to promote it and to persuade others, to share this value. I think it would add even a bigger value. The third one, I think it's a continuous improvement. Um, it will bring a huge value, if we always think that there is no perfect solution, and every solution would be subject to hundreds and hundreds of developments. We need just to keep our antenna open, being open to listen to the comments and to criticism and to the other thoughts from different people, even from non-specialists, because you can be surprised really with the added value from non-specialists in your topic. So keeping this culture of continuous improvement, I think it would also give us a hope, right? It would give us an endless flow of positive energy, because every day we are looking for adding more value, improving something. So I think I would name these three.
Definitely. I personally follow all these practices in my life. So thank you so much for sharing such a wonderful knowledge and wonderful insights with us. And I really enjoyed the whole conversation with you.
Thank you. It's a
Thank you
pleasure.
so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you very much, Abby.
We definitely look forward to have a chat with you again in future on some other trending topics. And for our viewers, if you like this chat with Dr. Yasser, please like and share this video, and also subscribe to Clickaway Creators YouTube channel to appreciate what we do and have more coming from our industry leaders. This is Abhishek for Let's Talk World.